Welcome to Final Whistle Football News, the home of daily football and transfer updates. Subscribe now and join the community of true football lovers. Never miss a moment from the beautiful game. My news is Cristiano Ronaldo becomes a billionaire after eye-watering new Saudi contract. Cristiano Ronaldo has become the first footballer to be worth over £1 billion after signing a new contract with Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. Cristiano Ronaldo has made history by becoming the first footballer to reach billionaire status, having earned a lucrative new contract in Saudi Arabia. The ex-Manchester United and Real Madrid ace made a sensational switch to the Middle East in 2013. After his departure from Old Trafford, Ronaldo inked an unprecedented £173 million per year deal with Al Nassr. However, he is now on a more profitable contract after agreeing to new terms in Saudi Arabia. The 40-year-old is now poised to rake in approximately £492 million over the forthcoming 2 years, a sum that has propelled him past the £1 billion milestone. Bloomberg reports that Ronaldo's net worth has now escalated to $1.4 billion, £1.045 billion, making him the first footballer to achieve this feat. Ronaldo's decision to move to Saudi Arabia has been met with criticism, with some suggesting it was purely motivated by financial gain. Yet, the striker has consistently championed the league, indicating that it has the potential to outshine some of Europe's finest. Upon signing his new contract, he stated, "Of course, we, the Saudi Pro League, are still improving, but I believe that in this moment that we are in top 5 leagues in the world, already. I still believe that we will continue to improve, and we have time, and we have shown in the last 2 years that the league is going up all the time. I am happy because I know that the league is very competitive. Only the people who have never played in Saudi, they don't understand nothing about football, say this league is not top 5 in the world. I believe 100% in my words, and the people that play in this league, they know what I am talking about." Whilst he continues to perform at the highest level, the issue of hanging up his boots has repeatedly been raised with the legendary striker. Following an award ceremony in Portugal, Ronaldo admitted, "I'll be honest, I don't see it as an obsession. If you'd asked me 20 years ago, I might have answered differently, like I wanted to eat the world, but now I don't see things that way. Age also allows us to think differently. It's like I said, I have a philosophy of living day by day. In everyday life, things change in a moment. You can't make long-term plans. Right now, I make short-term plans because it gives me more energy that way, more of a desire to live. I enjoy each day, training session by training session and competition by competition." The Portuguese icon has compiled an extraordinary scoring record since moving to Saudi Arabia. He has netted 104 goals in 117 appearances across all competitions for Al Nassr. My second news is Harry Kane set to miss England vs Wales as Thomas Tuchel handed fresh injury worry. England captain Harry Kane was called up as normal into the Three Lions squad for upcoming games versus Wales and Latvia, but it appears that the striker might not be fit enough to play. England may be without captain Harry Kane in their upcoming clash with Wales due to injury. The striker was called up as normal despite seemingly suffering an ankle knock when playing for Bayern Munich. The 32-year-old picked up the issue in last week's 3-0 win against Eintracht Frankfurt. He received medical treatment and was eventually replaced by on-loan Chelsea forward Nicholas Jackson late on. According to Sky Sports, Kane has subsequently not trained ahead of Wednesday's clash with Wales and might not play at Wembley. Kane is instead following an indoor routine alongside defender Jurgen Klopp. The striker's injury comes amid glowing praise from boss Thomas Tuchel, who hailed the Bayern Munich star as the best striker around. Speaking to Sport Bild, he said, "He is undoubtedly the best striker of his generation. He has reached a new level and is now He's in full flow, you can feel the confidence he carries Bayern Munich and the Three Lions with ease on his shoulders. He's in top form, and I'm glad to have him as captain." Kane has been in sensational form for both club and country this season. He already has 18 goals in just 10 appearances for Bayern, while he has also netted 5 goals in 6 appearances for his national team since the turn of the year. His absence potentially gives Tuchel some thinking to do when it comes to his starting 11. Ollie Watkins is the obvious candidate to replace him, albeit Tuchel could call upon Marcus Rashford, who has shown some promising form on loan with Barcelona. Meanwhile, Bayern Munich will hope that Kane is able to recover in time for their next game. The German champions take on fierce rivals Borussia Dortmund in their first game after the international break. Kane is not the only injury doubt that Tuchel has had to contend with. Chelsea star Reece James withdrew from international duty earlier this week and was replaced by Manchester City's Nico O'Reilly. England take on Wales on Thursday evening ahead of a World Cup qualifier against Latvia next week. Thomas Tuchel's side are currently in an excellent place to qualify for the tournament. They sit top of Group K, having won each of their opening 5 games. The Three Lions round off their qualification campaign in the November international break with games against Serbia and Albania. My third news: Liverpool's stance on £75 million Premier League ace after failed Man United transfer meeting. Liverpool are keeping tabs on Bournemouth star Antoine Semenyo, who the Cherries now value at £75 million, with the winger enjoying another stellar season, previously attracting interest from Manchester United. Liverpool are reportedly keeping a close eye on Bournemouth star player Antoine Semenyo, who is now valued at a whopping £75 million after another impressive season that kicked off with a double strike at Anfield. Despite the departure of some of his high-profile teammates last summer, Semenyo opted to stay put at the Vitality Stadium. Now, Liverpool are considering making a move for him, with sporting director Richard Hughes being a longtime admirer of Semenyo from his time at Bournemouth, where he signed him from Bristol City. Back then, Semenyo was bought for a mere £10.5 million, but given his consistent performance at Bournemouth, TalkSport reports that he could now be sold for over 7 times that amount. His excellent start to the season only strengthens Bournemouth's belief that their hefty price tag is justified. The Ghanaian forward has already netted 6 goals this season, with only Erling Haaland outscoring him in the Premier League. His individual brilliance continues to boost Andoni Iraola's side, which once again finds itself among the top teams. Manchester United and Tottenham both considered signing Semenyo last summer, and it's understood that the Red Devils are still monitoring the player. However, he ended up signing a new contract with Bournemouth, while Ruben Amorim brought in Mateus Cunha and Brian Mbeumo instead. The United boss is said to have dined with Semenyo in London at the end of last season to assess the player's character. CEO Omar Barada and transfer chief Jason Wilcox also engaged in talks with Bournemouth regarding the former Robin star, but no deal was reached. United were prepared to shell out £55 million for Semenyo, who netted 13 goals last season. However, it's reported that the player himself pledged his future to Bournemouth after discovering that the Manchester club planned to offer him a lower wage than other targets. Liverpool's interest in Semenyo might be seen as unexpected, particularly considering their abundance of attacking players and the ongoing challenge of integrating them into an effective team. Hugo Ekitike, Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz were all brought in during the summer. They join existing players Mohamed Salah and Cody Gakpo. One player who did make the move from Bournemouth to Liverpool recently was Milos Kerkez, but the Hungarian has so far struggled to match his previous performance levels at Anfield, often playing second fiddle to Andy Robertson. My last news is Jurgen Klopp's miracle moments and shrewd Liverpool transfers that turned the tide. It is a decade since Liverpool turned to Jurgen Klopp as their manager, with the German beginning a course that would see him claim Premier League and Champions League glory. 10 years ago Liverpool made the decision to appoint Jurgen Klopp, a call that would define the modern era at Anfield. In October 2015, Brendan Rodgers was ushered out the door, and quickly the Reds turned to the German. Klopp had just called time on his spell in charge of Borussia Dortmund. At the Bundesliga outfit he made Europe take note of his capabilities, with the German side winning successive league titles and making it to the Champions League final, where they were unlucky to lose in 2012. For Liverpool, winning league titles had become a distant memory. They had not ruled in England since 1990, and the likes of Rodgers and Rafa Benitez had come close, but not close enough. Klopp would spend 9 years at Liverpool before calling time on his stint, a period in which he made the Merseysiders England's and Europe's premier side for a spell. The decision to appoint him proved an inspired choice, and he was responsible for some of the greatest moments at Anfield in the modern era. His personality ensures he will forever go down as an iconic figure for anyone involved with Liverpool. We take a trip down memory lane to remember some of the games that defined his tenure and the signings who would best sum up what he achieved with Liverpool. Man City 1-4 Liverpool, November 21, 2015. supporters were seeking a glimmer of hope, something to cling on to, and it didn't take long for the first defining performance of the Klopp era to arrive. Liverpool turned up in Manchester and were 3-0 ahead within 32 minutes. It was only their fifth league match under their new manager, but the principles on show were exactly what Klopp wanted to bring. Liverpool 3-0 Man City, April 4, 2018, less than 3 months earlier, and the Reds had defeated Guardiola's team 4-3 to end their record-setting unbeaten streak. Their victory in the Champions League was a sign that they were a coming force as the Premier League leaders were dismantled. It was also one of 3 European campaigns that ended with Klopp leading the Reds out in a Champions League final. Liverpool 4-0 Barcelona, May 7, 2019. Only Liverpool and their historic stadium could make fans believe that a 3-0 first-leg deficit could be overturned, especially against the Spanish giants. Gini Wijnaldum and Divock Origi both netted twice, with Trent Alexander-Arnold's corner leading to the goal that sealed the miracle comeback, an image many will never forget. Liverpool 2-0 Tottenham, June 1, 2019, only a year after losing the Champions League final to Real Madrid. Klopp clinched European glory before Premier League success, but the capture of a trophy was validation of his methods and instilled the players with the confidence to push forward. Man United 0-5 Liverpool, October 24, 2021. While all the previous trophies were season-long achievements, this one-off gift to the Red supporters may top the list. Yes, the 7-0 victory later in his tenure was iconic, but the fact that Liverpool dismantled the Red Devils with such ease on their own turf was a sight to behold for anyone from the red half of Merseyside. Man City 2-2 Liverpool, April 10, 2022, this marked the second title race between the two teams that saw both of them amass over 90 points and took the competition down to the final day. This electrifying draw followed a similar result at Anfield. The rivalry with Guardiola's City has shaped a significant period in Premier League history, producing some of the highest quality football we've ever witnessed. Top signings. Sadio Mane, he was the first player Klopp brought on board who truly embodied the manager's style. Having shown at Southampton, his energy, speed and aggression caught the attention of several top clubs. At Liverpool, he elevated his game even further and, despite not grabbing as many headlines as Mo Salah, he played a crucial role in setting things in motion. Virgil van Dijk, a true turning point. Liverpool smashing their transfer record signaled their ambition. They also outmaneuvered Man City for his services, symbolizing the club's patient approach in the transfer market, which greatly benefited them. The centre-back quickly established himself as the best in the world in his position. Andy Robertson, perhaps the signing that best encapsulates Klopp and Liverpool's shared philosophy of not splashing out like their rivals and seeking better value in the market. It also highlighted Klopp's knack for developing players, with the £8 million acquisition from Hull epitomizing the energy and hard work that underpinned his vision. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Final Whistle Football News, and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop with the latest transfer news and rumors. One more thing, what are your thoughts on these updates? Comment below.